All right, episode 2 of Get Back on Track starts with this guy. Why can I not keep alternators on this car? Why do they gotta blow up? Why do they gotta not work? Let's remove it. Okay, so the alternator is way down there. We've already replaced this 2 or 3 times. They keep going out. I don't know why. I think I know why. I'm buying reman ones, so they're not that great, but they're working until they don't. Literally yesterday, I had this car on, 14 volts, recrimped some cables, it was working perfect. Started it up to go to the store, 12 volts, didn't change when I started it. So, we have to remove a lot to get to this alternator, so let's dive on in. All right, so since the alternator is at the very bottom, we're gonna have to remove pretty much everything up here. Our nice cover is gonna have to go. Intake's gonna have to come off. The fans are gonna have to come out, and the radiator is gonna have to drop all the way down. But to get the radiator to drop all the way down, I have to loosen the mounts that are at the bottom, and I can't get those unless the car is jacked up. So we're in here. We got key on. We have 12.1 volts. We're gonna go and start it. And that's how we know the alternator is bad for the 3rd time. Got a lot better at it the 2nd time around. 3rd, 4th time around. So, got it all out. Alternator's out. Everything's looking good. So now we just got to go to the store to get the new one. And hopefully this new one's a lot better. Okay, so we finally have our alternator. They shipped me the wrong one, and now I have the correct one. But the correct one, the bolt doesn't fit through the top because I had to drill and tap for this guy. So we just got to take this drill bit, widen this guy out a touch, and then this will work. And then we need to figure out, I figured out the thread pitch to this back one here, but I don't know the length that will work for us. So we're gonna have to figure that out once it's bolted up, but we're gonna drill that. Alright guys, so we got it all bolted up. Our little brackets on there. Looking good. It's all bolted, solid. One problem though, this alternator is actually for a Camaro, so it's a little bit smaller. So my belt is a little too small. So we're gonna need to get a different size belt. And in the meantime, I was fixing up some of the wiring. My silly goose self had both the fan trigger wires to one relay, and then so it would turn on fan 1, would turn on both the fans, and I think that was getting the connector kind of hot. So I put in a second relay, got it all wired up back there, and then now we just have to fix this little bit of stuff. All right, so we got the fuses put back on there, but I decided we're going to change some of the wiring that is on the end of the fuse box here that runs down to the starter, because we're having that starter issue still. So we're trying to pretty much mitigate everything that it could be. So we're going to start with removing this, and then I already made some of the wires, so now we just need to remove them, figure out the length of like the heat shield, all that good jazz, and then we're going to move on to some heat shields on the headers. All right, so we got the fuse box here. We got new wires on this thing. I got the starter key wire wrapped up on this thing. to the end so it'll go to the starter. So we're gonna order some heat shield to go over this stuff on Amazon. This one is fine. This just goes straight from this guy to the relay box. So this doesn't really get that hot. So now we're gonna take some of that heat shield right there and we're gonna try to form it around the headers. This side, those wires are a little close, but hasn't really caused me an issue. But over here, see in there, that's my starter. So we gotta try to make as much heat protection over here as physically possible. All right, so I got this fuse cover here. I glued the relays to it, but the sticker looks like shit. So we're gonna use this little label maker here, and we're gonna see if we can get some labels on here so it doesn't have to look so bad. All right, so I took the sticker off. Boom. Once I took it off, I was like, man, that's pretty clean. So I just put the things on the inside, so when I take it off, I could see. They don't even got to be straight or flat or anything. So, bam, we got a nice clean cover. So we're gonna get back to what we was doing originally. All right, so we got that heat shield on there. Can't really see it from the top except for the hose clamp, but that's necessary. We're gonna have to deal with that. But the underside, we are underneath now, so we got the heat shield all the way at the bottom. Wrapped it up down to the side. Man, this has got to be, that's got to be enough. And I'm thinking that the starter has been heat soaked so many times that like the windings are bad. So we're going to replace the starter with all this heat shielding and it should be fixed forever. All right, we got this thing fully put back together. Got the belt on, alternator's on, bolted up, all the power wires are on. So now, time to test it. 12.2.